Hello there. All right. I just watched Hey Sinamika. I think that's how it's said. And the way it starts out, aggravating. Okay, it starts out cute where a man falls in love with a woman and then he ends up being a house husband. As soon as it gets to the house husband part, it gets aggravating because it skips 2 years in the future. And here he's cooking for her. He's taking care of the house. He's doing like, the what is considered the traditional wife duties, and he's just doing all that. However, he's one of those people who likes to talk, and I know someone like that. One of the nice, kindest people I've ever met, but they don't understand how to get where people are getting annoyed that they're being spoken to. There's something about that, and what's funny is the guy I know was a radio host, and that's one of the best jobs they can do because they know how to fill the air. Even though it's most of the time when they're cornering people, that's not what they want to hear. But yeah, it's just he's one of those types, one of those that can continuously talk. But he's like committed. He knows absolutely what to do. He believes in just being with his wife, being 100% with her. A lot of little kind-hearted things. And here, his wife wants basically a divorce because he's too kind. He spends too much time talking to her. He has no other outlet. He has no friends. He has no one but her. So, of course, there is an issue. And then she ends up going to a therapist who is known for breaking up, families because she always finds out that the guys are cheating. So she uses that to break up the relationship. And I'm all for that. If dudes are cheating, they need to be broken up. So it's just like one of those things. It's like, okay, yeah. And the fact that they try to justify it at the end was very annoying because it's a dude who's cheating and a woman who's cheating just is not right. So here she basically got to a therapist, asked her to to basically cornered the therapist to make her husband break up with her or get him in a confrontational position that he's cheating. So she did. And what happens? The therapist ends up falling in love with this guy because this guy is a genuine human being who likes to talk, likes to just spend time with people, likes to just get to know, likes to learn. However, has enough respect for his wife to never take advantage of this therapist making moves on him. He goes like, no. He would keep space, recommended space. The only thing they do is hug when they'd separate, but he made sure that there was space. So it's just like, here he's a genuine guy, and she realizes he's an absolutely genuine guy that now she wants to be with him. Now the therapist is all for breaking them up. But because he's no longer talking like he used to, because he's getting his outlet with friends, because he got hired on at a radio program, because now he's getting all that energy out instead of annoying his wife wants him back because she's realizing what she's missed. And it's like aggravating because I'm like thinking, the therapist is a better match for him. The therapist is an absolutely better match for him. It was one of those things that's just like, I want the therapist. I kind of want that deadbeat of a wife who's pushing him away to kind of realize what she's lost. And then he ends up with the therapist. Because I was writing a book similar to this, but at the same time, it was just like, you've lost your chance. You were married to him. You realized he had no outlets. You push him away, and then you want him back when you realize he's actually he's actually a great guy. It was just aggravating to watch and be like, yeah, this isn't right. This isn't right because what happens? He doesn't want to be with the therapist because they're too similar. It's just like, that doesn't make any sense. Because the whole thing comes to a head where he finds out everything, that his wife pushed the therapist to him, that the therapist was being used against him. So he lost his friend, he lost his wife, all because of his wife's actions. So, of course, he basically goes to the radio program saying, oh, what would you want me to do? He tells them the story of what happened, and everyone says divorce. And in my head, I was like, yeah, I'd be voting divorce. Your wife put you into this situation. She doesn't deserve your respect. She doesn't deserve your time. I mean, there's one thing where you're honey trapping someone, and then there's a complete other one where you're trying to honey trap them so you can get a divorce with them. It's just crazy. And then she realizes halfway through that she doesn't want that. Well, it's already out of the bag. So it was one of those that is like, yeah, I don't like, because it has to end on a happy note. And the therapist realizes that she's been breaking apart relationships. This is where I kind of felt irked, where she's been breaking apart relationships. She needs to work on mending them. She ends up getting his the main character's old radio program. The thing that bothers me is what she was doing was making sure cheating guys weren't in relationships so they could cheat on their wives. Now she's just trying to talk with them to make them work through their problems. I was like, no, no. If they're going out of their way to kiss other women, to cheat on their wives with other women, they're already too far gone. There is a different mindset here. It's just like, this story was obviously written by a guy who's going like, you know what? It's okay. Guys who cheat, they just need to be talked to. They just need to be, convinced off the ledge that they have a wife. They need to be respectful to them. It's like, no, they've already been disrespectful. They don't deserve that recompense. So it was like one of those things that bothered me. So I enjoyed it because I know a guy like that who's overly talkative. Everyone disliked him because he would talk and talk and talk and talk. I enjoyed spending time with him because it was fun to just not be able to hold my end of the conversation. I don't like to talk, surprisingly. So when I spend time with him, he'd be saying everything. And I'd just be there like, because you can't get a word in. You can't. And for people like me who are introverts and don't like going out and doing much, those are the best types of friends. Because I don't have to say a word. Contrary to what you see me doing now. Yeah, because I can talk when I know, when I watch something, when I know something, when I'm passionate about something, I can talk. But most of the time, I'd rather not. So yeah, it was just like, he was a genuinely kind guy. The wife wanted to get in a divorce with him because he was too talkative, aggravating everyone. One of the funniest things was every time everyone else would get in a conversation with him, they felt devastated. They felt ruined. They felt that was like the funniest thing, because she tried to move to a different location, and the friend, one of the lady's colleagues was trying to move to the same location for work. And then he ends up calling their place, and then he gets stuck on the phone with her husband and realizes that she needs the break. She needs to go. There's so many little aspects in this film that make it worthwhile. It's the little things that bothered me that, always bother me. I can always focus on them. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed the movie. I probably will watch it again at some point, but it was a fun watch. Thank you all for listening to me ramble. Talk to you next time. Toodles.